We're seeing just incredible progress with AI lately, haven't we?
Yeah.
Especially in deep learning facial recognition.
Oh, absolutely.
The identification performance, I mean, it's achieved near perfect results in some tests. Really remarkable stuff.
It is remarkable, yeah. We've definitely gotten very, very good at identification if, and this is the big if the person looks pretty much like they did when they first got scanned into the system.
Ah.
And that's the catch, isn't it? Our sources are pointing out this surprisingly simple, almost biological weakness, time. Just plain old aging.
Right. And that's what we're diving into today. We want to unpack why human aging throws up this huge roadblock, what researchers actually call the time gap for these AI systems.
Yeah, and how they're trying to build like digital fixes to bridge that gap, sometimes over decades.
So let's pin down the problem. Where do these super smart systems actually, fail?
Well, the sources are pretty clear. The accuracy takes a significant hit, often drops right off, really, if the person's original enrollment photo is more than about 10 years old.
10 years. Wow. So it's like the system has a built-in expiry date?
Pretty much. That seems to be the hard limit. And interestingly, the root cause isn't really a flaw in the core algorithm itself.
Oh. So it's not the AI's brain malfunctioning.
Not exactly. It's more about the data it learned from. The sources say the AI just hasn't seen enough examples of how one specific person changes over long stretches of time, like decades.
Okay, but hang on. Why is that specific data, the aging data, so difficult to get? Can't labs just, photograph more older people?
It's not just about more faces. It's about tracking the same face over time. That's the key.
Right, the longitudinal aspect.
Exactly. You need really good, consistent data following the very same individuals ethically, reliably for maybe 20, 30 years or more.
And that's difficult.
Incredibly expensive and time-consuming to do properly. So if that specific long-term data isn't in the training set, the AI tends to latch on to facial features it thinks are stable, but actually change quite a bit with age.
Okay, so what features are we talking about? What biological changes are tripping up the software?
It really comes down to subtle shifts in the face's texture and overall shape. Topography, you could call it.
Topography, like a map.
Yeah, think of it like that. The algorithm maps out microfeatures, right?
Yeah.
Like the precise distance between the corner of your eye and your cheekbone, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Now, as we age, things change. Wrinkles appear, skin might sag a little. These aren't just surface changes. They actually shift the relative positions of those identifying points on the map.
Ah, I see. So the distances change.
Exactly. And the system doesn't see, oh, that's the same person, just older. It sees the map fundamentally changing and it thinks, hold on, this looks like a completely different person.
And I guess things like gaining or losing weight over that decade would make it even harder.
Absolutely. Those secondary factors can definitely amplify the changes the AI struggles with.
So biology is the problem here. What's the digital counterattack? What are researchers doing?
Well, they've developed these clever countermeasures. They're generally called compensation models. Sometimes you hear terms like face aging or maybe digital de-aging algorithms.
Face aging. So they make the old photo look older or the new photo look younger.
It's more the second one. Functionally speaking, they aren't really trying to make a realistic aged portrait or anything. It's purely about making the match work.
Okay, so what's the function then?
The goal is to digitally adjust the current face scan, the one that might show wrinkles or sagging, and sort of warp it computationally back towards the characteristics of that original decade-old enrollment picture.
So it compensates for the changes?
Precisely. It runs this kind of real-time adjustment to account for how features might have shifted due to aging, allowing the system to find that stable match even after 10, 15 years have passed. It helps the system, integrate time into its process.
That's actually quite elegant. So pulling back a bit, the big takeaway here seems to be that these incredibly complex deep learning systems, they're being seriously challenged by something as basic as biological aging.
Right. It's fascinating. They can juggle billions of different faces, but struggle when one face just gets older. These compensation models are basically the patch needed to make biometric ID truly work over a lifetime.
So thinking about the implications for you listening, if these systems get good enough at digitally modeling time, if they can age or de-age your data on the fly, does that mean we might reach a point where you enroll your biometric data once and that's it, forever, no need for updates?
Yeah, it's a really interesting thought. Will re-enrolling just become unnecessary? Something definitely worth pondering as this tech becomes, well, everywhere.
Yeah.